Fear, which is an unpleasant feeling we have all experienced in our lives, helps to shape us into who we are today. Some of us can walk the tightrope with ease, though death is but a slip away, while others may scream at the sight of a spider in their humble abode. Fear is considered helpful when needed as it helps to protect us, which in turn protects our species. But during childhood development, the time when our minds are the most vulnerable, fear often becomes more than just a feeling. It becomes the reason the person you grew up with is no longer who they once were. Traumatic experiences that happen in childhood often get suppressed by the victim to cope with their new reality. It is not until later in life that the trauma returns and is even more damaging due to decades of denial. In Silent Hill 2, both Angela and Eddie suffered traumatic events during childhood, and we know how things ended for them. But the question you should be asking now is, what about Travis? Appearances, as mentioned in my prior analyses, can play a key role in dictating the current state of a person. Travis, however, is an oddball when it comes to this, as his attire does not appear to be out of the ordinary. This could be due to the game being created by an entirely different studio than the previous entries, or more so to purposely indicate that on the surface, Travis is just a normal guy. But I will leave that decision up to you. Unfortunately, due to the format of Silent Hill Origins, many of the scenes are not helpful in analyzing Travis, as they are flashbacks that lack significant detail. I will do my best, however, to fill in these holes.
Mama? Daddy said you were dead. Are you dead?
To bring you up to speed in this first scene here, who you are currently seeing is young Travis talking to the manifestation of his mother, Helen Grady. It may seem odd for him to question if his mother is dead, but while growing up, Travis's dad, Richard, had told his son she was. After an accident at home in which Helen tried to kill herself and Travis, she was committed to the Cedar Grove Sanitarium. The doctors noted she went through states of extreme aggression and then catatonia. In fear of traumatizing Travis even more, Richard told him that she was dead to prevent the truth from really coming out. While never confirmed by the developers, a user by the name of Musco Zombies posted on the Silent Hill Theories wiki that Helen may have been suffering from spectrophobia, a phobia that causes anxiety and abnormal fear of mirrors. Sufferers from this phobia may believe that mirrors are a gateway into other worlds, which does line up with Helen's constant mention of people in the mirrors while committed, as her original attempt to kill Travis was due to those people in the mirrors telling her to kill that devil child. So this flashback is Travis not only realizing his mother was not dead, but also that something is very wrong with her.
I'm not dead. Locked away. Out of sight, out of mind, not dead. I asked them to bring my boy to me.
Mama.
Come here, boy. Let Mama take a look at you.
Quick warning to anyone sensitive to the visual that is about to be displayed. Please remember that your mental health is more important to me than a video game. So if you think you will feel uncomfortable, then feel free to click off the video and have a wonderful day.
Daddy, I won the game. I still got a quarter left. You want the quarter? Daddy, wake up. Please, Daddy.
In this next scene, we see young Travis talking to his father Richard, who at this point we can tell is hanging from something. Travis, who just returned from playing at a local arcade, simply wanted his father's attention. While not explicitly stated, it appears that Richard, under the guise of a business trip, would take Travis out of town with him and then send him away for the evening while he went to go see Helen. So, at this point, not only is Richard lying to his son every day about his mother being dead, but he must also somehow balance seeing her without his son catching on. Yet this meeting he had with Helen would end up being his last.
I'm not sleeping, son.
Daddy.
You knew I wasn't sleeping. Why did you stand there for so long? It wasn't right.
Please, Daddy.
It wasn't healthy, son.
Daddy, this is insane.
Time you faced up to what happened. Your mother and I will see you in heaven, son.
The most alarming thing about this incident is how Travis reacts to the situation. It was stated that Travis stood there talking to his father for the next 10 hours before the hotel cleaners found him the very next day. While this is just speculation, I personally assume that this is Travis's first experience with death. This is extremely significant because it was his father, the only person in the world who he had left or was told he had left. Unfortunately, not much is known about Travis's age or mental development at this point either, so I am not sure how much of this he could have processed at this time. As children grieve just like adults, but depending on the age, the concept of death may not be seen as impactful. Sadly, this is all that was provided about Travis's background up until his current state in Silent Hill Origins. I may not have mentioned this yet, but he is a truck driver, which does fit his character. As a man with no ties to anything or anyone, traveling the road allows him to escape his past. In normal fashion, there would be more scenes to help dissect Travis. However, most of the scenes in Silent Hill Origins just helps to move the plot along, which the plot specifically for this game is an entirely different story. But to make this analysis as complete as it can be, I did want to look at the good and bad ending of Origins to see how Travis fared after all this time. In the good ending, which is considered canon to the series, we see Travis walking towards his truck after saving Alessa from those who saw her as nothing more than a vessel to birth their god. Shockingly, I find this good ending to be strange. Travis seems at peace with not only helping Alessa, but with the memories he uncovered during his journey through Silent Hill. The most significant thing in this scene is him resetting the odometer as though he's beginning a new journey. It is unknown if Alessa was involved with Travis prior to the scene. What I mean by that is, by him saving her, she could have saved him from his past as a favor. This is just speculation, of course. I just find it hard to believe after uncovering past trauma and dealing with the crazies of Silent Hill that Travis would leave Alessa and Cheryl behind just like that. At the very least, he should be calling the authorities to see what could be done. In the bad ending, things get a little bit spicier, or at least to me, that is. Travis wakes up strapped to a bed, and after being injected with an unknown substance, we see him trying to flail out of his constraints. The injection begins to take over, and we see flashbacks of his past play before our eyes. As the scene ends, we see distortions of the Butcher who appeared throughout Origins. This ending is directly implying that Travis and the Butcher could be the same person. Though he helped Alessa, in the very end, he too was used as nothing more than a tool to the cult. I find this ending a bit more fascinating as the outcome is not positive. The unknown liquid that was injected into Travis seems to not only amplify his past trauma, but alter his physical form as well. This bears important significance to the Travis we had come to know as he becomes what he feared about himself the most, a monster. Travis's next appearance in the series happens at the beginning of Silent Hill Homecoming, where he drops Alex Shepard off at Shepherd's Glen. This is the last time Travis has been seen or heard of since, which makes sense as the Silent Hill franchise has laid dormant until recently. It's a shame that due to the game's terrible development cycle that Travis was not fleshed out more, but I find the canon ending and the bad ending to be two sides of the same coin. Travis undoubtedly has trauma he would need to deal with to continue in life without it pulling him down, yet how he dealt with that trauma is unknown. It does, however, serve as a good reminder to all of us out there. Regardless of what you have been through or going through, you have a choice. Seek help even if you are fearful of the world, or let that fear turn you into what you hate the most.